What's up? We're back with part 2 of cutting buffing the M5. So this is what we did last time in last episode. So today we're gonna work towards the back. This held up pretty good, as you can see. Can't really see anything. You can hear the difference versus this is smooth versus you can hear grit. It doesn't sound good. But today we're gonna be focusing on the rear. I wanna get rid of this. Let me turn on the light for you guys. As you can see right here, this is terrible. So this is gonna be a hit or miss. I watched some videos myself and saw some other people doing some work. So we're gonna see today if we can put some of that to use. Okay, this is the area we're gonna be working for today's video. If you can see all the scratches inside the paint, I'm gonna go ahead and tape this off and just do the right side to show you guys versus the left side. So this is how it looks right now before we touch it. I'm gonna go ahead and sand this with 2000 and then we're gonna see how much of this comes out. If anything, I'm probably most likely gonna have to repaint this. I've been sanding for a couple minutes now with the 2000 grit. The scratches really aren't coming out. They're not fingertip deep or fingernail deep, as I should say. It feels smooth, feels great, but you can still just notice a bunch of scratches. Yeah, they're not coming out. So I really don't want to go too much deeper into the paint or into the clear coat. I don't want to go higher grit because it's not going to come out with the machine. So I might try to just buff and polish this right now, and I'll see if it makes any difference. We'll remove the tape line and we'll definitely take a look at it. But it's really trial and error. I might try that and see how it looks in the end. And then if it still just looks this bad as it does right now, or how I'm assuming it's gonna look, then I'll knock it down again with some maybe 1200 grit, and I'll see if this comes out. So kind of what I thought, these are just way too deep. You can barely even tell where the line is. But I mean, it feels great. And then the other areas where it's not scratched look a lot better. But it's just way too deep to get this out. So what I'm gonna end up doing is just sanding all this down, and then I'll probably paint this and the roof at the same time and go over areas like this which need to be repainted. But other than that, that's about it. You can't really do much with this, but it was worth a shot. The next thing for tonight's little episode is I want to figure out what I can do with these. I'm gonna sand it, but this is all the clear coat's already gone. So if it goes down to straight primer, then I'm just gonna paint it. But I'm gonna attempt to revive this without having to paint it. But I really don't think it's gonna work either. So we'll try our best. We'll see what happens, trial error. I'm already expecting to paint this, but I would rather learn how to use the tools, maybe figure some other things out, get some more skill. I am gonna have to paint this. It went straight through the clear coat into the actual paint, but that's not bad because at least it'll be fresh when I'm done with it. So I'm not sure if we'll get to that tonight, but at some point this is gonna get painted. Obviously I don't wanna leave it like this, but for the meantime, it'll be all right. Okay guys, I got this sanded down with 800 and then at just 1000 for right now. You can see where the clear coat had completely failed and was starting to eat through the paint. But it's all smooth now, so I'm gonna go over it with a couple more grits, get a little more of the imperfections out, and then we're just gonna spray it with some black paint, and we'll see how good we can blend this and match this to the others on the car. Since this is just trim and we're doing a small area, I only did 2 wet coats pretty quick, just going over the areas, make sure everything was covered. I don't want to make it too noticeable that it was repainted, so we're just gonna do 2 coats and put some clear on it. We'll give it a couple days to cure. I want to see how this one turns out and how it looks first, and then I'll go ahead and do all 4 of them. Okay, we came back after letting this dry for about an hour. It's fully dry to the touch. It doesn't look terrible. Obviously we sanded a little bit of this and I can buff this, but as far as this goes, I used a new clear coat that I've never used before, so it went on a little bit heavy, and then it went on heavy up here and a little bit down there. So there are a few runs, but that's fine, because I do want to cut and buff this too, because obviously I don't want to leave the orange peel. But other than that, the black looks pretty good from a distance. It looks way better than how it did before. So this was just a kind of a test video and see what was working, what was not. So now that we know this is okay, I can go ahead and do the other doors, and then we can wet sand and buff those so it comes out good. As far as the trunk right here, this is pretty too far gone. Obviously in certain lights it doesn't look terrible. This is the side we did. You can't really notice the scratches in the lighting right now because it's kind of dark. And over here, same thing. But we're kind of picking away at this car video by video. You know, kind of doing this in a little bit of episodes to keep the video shorter. So it's just not one really long video of the car, in case other people are trying this. This is kind of a, you know, sometimes we succeed, sometimes we fail at something, but it gives other people ideas on what to do and what not to do. So for this video, that's about it. I wanted to go through these things and we did. So we'll come back with some more results in another episode.